You can play everyone a song while they're coming in.
No. Not at that level.
Oh, there's so much spam on this chat. What? Guessing game challenge. What the heck is that? Hi, Penny. Guessing game challenge is a special activity for select gaming live creators. Nah. I don't know what that is. We're not doing that. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Just so you know, you're on camera.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. I was good today. I already made the live event for next week. So if you'd like to sign up for them, it's already there. Next week will be Thursday, as usual, the 21st. But then the next week, I've got to figure out what to do because it's Thanksgiving. And I don't want to I'm not coming on live for Thanksgiving. I'll be very busy. And so will most of you. So we'll have to figure out what to do if we move it to a different day or if we just skip that week. If anyone has input, share it. But I will probably just make that decision next week. All right. So we are reading the 1903 Diaries of Ralph, Slippy, and Georgia Newton, who will soon be Georgia Slippy because they're going to get married. So we have both of the diaries up here. I got to open up his, actually. We left off on September 5th. So hopefully, depending on how much we get read today, we might be able to read the entry where Georgia's friend Mabel gets married. Excuse me, that's loud. Mabel gets married on, I think it's September 16th, 1903. So hopefully we can get to that point. Sometimes it takes us a little longer, especially with reading both diaries. So we'll see. It'll either happen today or next time. Any other things? I found a couple of pictures since the last time I was on. Let me just open up my slideshow. This is on my website too if anyone wants to see it. But basically it's where I stick all the little pictures of people that we find while the diary is going on and the entries that we type out. So I just updated it for last week's, which is starting about... No, we're too far out. Here. So I did add in a picture of the college that Ralph visited. He didn't go here for college. He's actually going to be a professor for a little while at this place. The Armor Institute in Chicago, and now it is the Illinois Institute of Technology. So if anyone's from that area, there were a couple of people in the chat last week from that area, which was cool. You'll know it, maybe. And then we found an article about the camp meeting that they went to. It was like a religious meeting in a park where they, I guess, went camping and stayed there. This is Iowa State University in 1904. Her cousin went there. Her cousin Sam. So that's why I stuck that in there. And then this is Professor Phillips, who Ralph went to meet about his job. And then we've got Ralph, of course, up there in the corner of my screen. Just chilling, watching us all read his diary. All right, so I am going to keep going. We're going to start at September 6th. Yeah, she did give us some emotion in the last couple of entries because she was feeling very sick. Her face hurt. Oh, there was also last week a train crash. I haven't added, actually there's articles about that. I haven't added that in yet. I'll put that on my own little list. I'll write it down. I don't like the sound that space heater's making. I'm gonna go shut it off. Hey, Ian. Oh, the basement's too cold. Okay, hold on. I lost all of you, so. Bring it back. There we go. Okay. So, September 5th. We'll start with Georgia, like usual. And then we'll go to Ralph. So, thanks for the likes, guys. Still on the 9th here. Hold on. 5th. Did we read the 5th? Yep, we're on the 6th. Okay. So, Georgia on September 6th, 1903, got up at 8. Helped with dishes, red paper. Helped with dinner and dishes. She does a lot of dishes. Stayed in all day as my face hurt so. So she's still feeling sick. Rained early in morning. Helped with supper. Folks all went to church. Ralph and I kept house. Went to bed at 10:30. So her family rents out rooms in their house to boarders. So when she's talking about doing all these dishes and keeping the house, doing the housekeeping, doing the sweeping, the laundry, usually it's taking care of the people who are staying there. Okay, Ralph's got a really short one here. Rain spent, hey Deb, spent Sunday at the house. Capital H. Interesting. Okay, yeah, good morning. It's so odd for me to remember that it's morning for some of you. It is so sad and dark here so early. I know everybody says it when daylight savings comes around, but oh my god, it's so depressing to drive home in the dark from school at like 4:30. Got up at 6:30. Sunny here, nice. Starting your day. Helped with dishes and other work. Swept. Rained some. Helped with dinner. Worked on fancy work. Hitched up Hector. Sorry, you cannot see that. Hector is her horse. Went over, oh, Anne. Went over river after boys. Usually that means Ralph is working or her father is working. Usually she says papa, though, not boys for her father. So Ralph is probably doing something over the river and she's going to go pick him up. We'll know when we read his entry. Helped wash supper dishes. Worked during evening. A while. Went to bed at 10. Okay. Luke, that's funny. A lot of people ask me that question, and the answer is going to disappoint you. I think the reason why it sounds nice on your end is just my microphone. Because it really is just like a cheap Bluetooth Logitech keyboard. Maybe it's not cheap. I don't know. I got it secondhand, so. It's a, I always say the number, but it's a K520. Logitech. It's not anything super special, but I do get that comment quite a bit. I hope it sounds good over the stream. Okay. What am I doing? We are on... Was that really all Ralph? No, I got that one already. We did George's 7th. Now we're on Ralph 7th. No, I'm not doing this for a museum in particular. The goal with my research is, first of all, it's just like fun to do and to figure out who wrote these diaries and their story and everything. But ultimately, I try to return them to family members. And I've already found a couple of family members that I think the diaries will go to at the end. In the process, I have reached out to a couple of museums in the Waterloo, LaPorte City, Iowa area. That's like where the diaries are taking place. And they've helped me do a little bit of research, so I'm going to send them a digital copy. So technically, yes, this will benefit a museum, but it's not really like the reason why I do it. I don't like, this isn't my job. Hey, Valentina, good to see ya. Where do you find the diaries? They come from all different places. I originally, well, the first one that I ever read through, my favorite, the one that started everything, I got an estate sale. I can never say that. I got at an estate sale. And that was just like a random find. Like, I don't think that will ever happen again. The second set I called them the Weatherman Diaries because we didn't know. Oh, nice, Heather. Please remind me when it's your diary birthday. I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Oh, we didn't know the writer's name. We didn't know who he was, but he wrote about the weather every single day, so we called him the Weatherman. That's where that nickname came from. Those 3 I got on eBay, and throughout our process together, reading and researching on Live, I found Descendants, and we got it back to his great-grandson. So then these diaries were donated to us by someone who had read an article about that other project. It's really hard. It's kind of like the timeline is a little strange, but during the Weatherman Diaries, an article was written about our project, and someone read it and realized they had some diaries that they weren't gonna weren't gonna be able to research, so he offered them to us. So then now we have, this is a set of 6. So we have read through the 1895 diary of Georgia, who is the woman who we're reading, her diary. We've read through Ralph's 1901 diary. Ralph is up in the corner, the picture that we have of him. And now we're reading both Ralph and Georgia's 1903 diaries, which is really special because that's the year they get married. So we're going to get to read both of their perspectives of getting married to each other, which is, I think, super fascinating. So yes, thank you, Lemons to Limes. We've been doing this for a while now. I gotta look back and see exactly how long I've been doing this, because I know, right, Deb? I know, it's like, there's a lot of backstory to every single series of diaries that we read. And then we have even more on my Patreon that were donated to us. I don't know if Maria's in here yet, but shout out to Maria, who donated another diary to us, a 5-year diary. We've got like tons of projects going, so it's fun. It is fascinating. Okay, hopefully I answered the question. Feel free to ask again if I got sidetracked. Do you have a regular schedule? Yes, I do. Thursdays. Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern is when I go live. The only thing is sometimes if there's a holiday or if I have like a conflict, I have to change it. So in a couple of weeks, it's going to be not on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. So we will see what I do then. If you have a Discord, I've got a free Discord that I send announcements to if I change things. And I also try my best to make live events on my TikTok that you can like sign up for, because I know it can be hard to keep track of stuff. But I try to stay pretty regular with Thursdays at 6 p.m. Okay, we are moving on to Georgia. Awesome. September 8th. Oh yeah, Patricia said I need to get back to my family research and notebooks. It's a fun activity. It's like a wormhole though. You get really sucked in, but it's worth it. The oldest diary that I've worked on is the 1895 one. I might have it here. I don't know if it's upstairs or not though. I think. Yeah, I think it's upstairs. It's a really tiny diary. I think I put it in my little hutch. I have like a cute little diary museum up there. Yeah, it's not here. So it's like probably about this big, and it's Georgia's 1895 diary. Oh, hey, Holly. I didn't see you pop in there. Or did I say hi to you already? I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. There's a lot of stuff. What program are you recording all this and the pictures in? Up on my screen I have, this is just Google Drive. I took pictures of each page and I'm just kind of like scrolling through them. It's just Google Photos. And then this is just Google Docs. But it's edited so that it has a black background and it's a little bit more pretty. But it's really just simple stuff. Got up at 6:30. Helped with dishes. Or no, yeah, helped with dishes, then went to help with washing. Helped with dinner and dishes. Served a while. Sewed. I always think it says served. It's sewed a while. Hitched up. Or hitched Hector up. Hector's the horse. And Mama and I went up to Grandpa's a while. Something I just thought of, I had mentioned my Discord a couple minutes ago. You will probably not be able to join the Discord from my TikTok like Linktree link. For some reason, TikTok blocks it and says that the link has expired, and it's not expired. It just, for some reason, TikTok does not let you get onto the Discord from there. So if you go onto my Instagram or my website, you can get the link there. Sorry that that's a pain, but I've tried a million times to make a new link, and it always says it's expired. So it does work. And if you still can't get in, you can always message me on anything, and I will manually add you in. All right, I went up to Grandpa's a while. Helped with supper and dishes. R and I went downtown. Went to bed at 11. When she says R, she's talking about Ralph. Okay. Oh, and when he's talking about Westfield, we have a picture of a map that shows Westfield. It's a part of Waterloo where there's a bridge that's being built or worked on. Don't know if it's fully built yet, but... Oh, good question. Do I have a favorite? Oh, yeah, it is the same username on Instagram, I think. It should be. There might be underscores. Hold on. That's sad. I should know my own. Yeah, there's underscores. It's things underscore lost underscore and underscore found. And it's the same picture as my TikTok, though, so that should help. I have a favorite time period. I don't know. I really love the 1917 diary that I have. That was the first one I ever read, and it just so happens the diary writer was like really well off, and she was a socialite in Brooklyn, and it was this interesting time period where World War I is starting, and her family and friends are starting to like go off to war, and she's 18 years old at the time, so she's like starting to think about getting married and having a family and everything. So I found that very interesting, and especially because everywhere she went I could look up. Like, she talked about going to the theater all the time, and I could find articles about each and show that she went to, and then like even parties and her like balls and society, I could find articles all about it. So it was cool. And a lot of her friends were really, really rich, and their houses, they have pictures, they're in like magazines and stuff. So I think I find that most interesting just because I was able to find so many connections in the newspapers and in books. So that's cool. There were so many pictures. It's like I could find every single one of her friends pretty much because they were all wealthy enough to have passports. So in the passports, they all have pictures. What do you do with these logs once they're done? I just put them on my website and leave them there. And then sometimes we have to go back to them if something else comes up that I need to dig into a little bit more. We have, all of the entries typed out. Even after we send them to whoever they're going to next, we still have it all like archived basically. But I just leave them on my website. Okay. Did I miss any questions? Are we good? Oh yeah, Waterloo, Iowa. Thanks, Valentina. Okay. Again at Westfield all day. Maybe we should see if there's anything going on with the Black Hawk Bridge, because that's what he's working on in Westfield. Yeah, so hopefully we find descendants and send them off. So the last series that we did, the Weatherman Diaries, which I think I could open up quickly. Oh, I can open up. Here, I'll do it here. So this is on my website. This guy, actually, this is the Weatherman, Todd's great-grandson, and he received the diaries from us. So now, even though these actual physical diaries are with someone else, we still have... I have to click on the right thing. We still have the transcript of it, so we can still do the research. The physical diaries are just not in our possession anymore. Your son lives in Westfield, Iowa? Is it actually called Westfield? So the section of Waterloo that I'm talking about is... Hold on, I gotta find the thing again. Do I have it linked? No. It's like a section of Waterloo. The Westfield edition. It's not its own town. There might be also a Westfield, Iowa, but I don't think it's the same place. But create username for TikTok just tagged me, so I don't know. If you said something else in your comment, it filtered out. Yeah, I use slides. I'm a teacher, so I'm very well versed in slides. And I like how you can move things and you can link things without it being ugly. So I just find it's almost like a scrapbook. I find it easier. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because it was hard to figure out exactly how to present the information, because a Google Doc is great. That's what I'm using here. But if you're trying to paste pictures in... Oh, that's okay, Terry. If you're trying to paste pictures into the Google Doc and one thing gets moved, it can get all messed up. So I find slides to be best for like the permanent. It's like a little book you can read through. Okay, I forget if I was answering something before. Summertime's Addie. That's funny, my name is Addie too. Where do you find these journals or diaries? I was saying before, they come from all different places. The first one I read, which started me on this hobby, I got from an estate sale. And then I got a set from eBay. And then these were actually donated by someone who was reading about our project. So we've had quite a few that were donated to us. That is such a good idea, the hyperlinks. Thank you. No, so Tony, I had a meeting with someone who was like a producer one time, but nothing ever came of that. He was cool though, that was fun. But no one's ever approached me to publish, like, if you mean like the book version of it, no. Spent day at office and house. Went collecting. Wonder what kind of collecting. A little while. Might be bill collecting. I'm thinking like she's collecting rocks, but I don't think so. Love that you keep them because it means we can go back. Yes, exactly. So we can read through them again. We don't have to say goodbye forever. And sometimes things come up that I want to check back, and like often during this diary, not often, but every once in a while, I'll open up the Weatherman ones and see if there's an overlap or something. Oh, nice. Linda says, how is our friend Anglesey? I was just talking about her. She's good. We're still in October, I think, of her life. Maybe November. I'm really trying not to finish that diary because I don't want it to end. Okay, let's see. Did I read his 8th? Yeah. 9th. Was I just on her 9th? I'm getting really confused with the days today. I'm pretty tired. Miss Panic Attack. So happy I found this TikTok. You used to do this when you were in high school. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, so I don't know if you were here when I just said I got my first diary, like my one that started it all again. I don't think it's down here. I think I have it upstairs. I got that at an estate sale, and that was like, I thought it was super lucky. Like, do you find them at estate sales often? Because I feel like the only reason I got my hands on it was because someone missed it and didn't realize what it was. Because it was, I can't believe it almost got thrown away, basically. Because it was the last day of the estate sale. It was at the point, it was in like a pile of random books. It almost got chucked forever. And I feel like normally they go through things a little bit better and are able to pick those things out and don't sell them. I don't know. I've never found anything like that again at an estate sale. Spent day at office. I'd love to hear about, if you remember any of the stories and stuff. Because I love it. It's so cool. Spent day at office and house. Oh, did I already? Wait. Sorry, I'm like a little bit confused. Okay, no. Wait, went collecting a little while. Oh, I think I just read Ralph's. I read the wrong thing. Hold on. This is Ralph. Okay. I used to go a lot. You'd look for postcards, diaries, and old letters. You sound just like me. That is my list, literally, when I go to estate sales. I love that. I love old pictures, and I'm always looking for pictures with people's names on them so I can research them. It's actually a good criteria for me because I feel like otherwise I want to buy all the old pictures, but I've gotten pretty good at, like, if it doesn't have names on it, I will look at it and appreciate it, but unless there's something really, really, really special about it, I leave it behind because otherwise I'll have a million pictures in my collection and I have nowhere to put them. Got up at 6:30. Helped with dishes, ironed, helped with dinner and dishes. R and I went downtown. That's downtown Waterloo. I have pictures of what downtown Waterloo looked like. That is not downtown Waterloo. I have so many pictures in this slideshow. Here we go. Here's where they're going walking downtown. You can buy postcards with postage and everything with on eBay. Used to list them for a neighbor. Yeah, I have like a big box of postcards I got at a yard sale that I guess someone, you can tell by reading, yes, Waterloo, Iowa. You can tell by reading the postcards that the woman collected them, and people would send her postcards from different places to add to her collection, and that was cool. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Went downtown and to office. A minute. Thanks for the follows, guys. And then home. Oh, that is cool. You live close to there. So you might recognize some of the other towns that are relevant to Georgia's life. So she grew up in LaPorte City, Iowa. Her grandparents grew up in Eagle Center or Eagle Township. I know it's the one right next to LaPorte City. There's two towns named Eagle, I think, but they're Eagle Township or Eagle Center. And then Ralph went to school in Mount Vernon, Iowa. Thanks. I don't know if I have the tism. I am pretty hyper fixated on certain things, but not diagnosed. And now I lost my train of thought. LaPorte City, Waterloo, Mount Vernon. We also read 3 Diaries from Fairfax, Iowa, which is right next to Cedar Rapids. So I'm sure you recognize some of those places. It would be cool to hear if I was scrolling through TikTok, I think if someone was reading a diary from nearby. Oh, no, that's okay. It'd be cool to see, like, oh, that's a town right next to me. We get people in here a lot that are like, oh, I live there, or I went there for college. Oh, I'm sorry, you got excited thinking it was Waterloo, Ontario. There's a lot of Waterloos. I know, there are a lot of people watching today. It's nice. It's nice to have some new friends. Okay, I already read that one. Okay, I think I'm caught up on comments. Right, so then home. I know, me too, Valentina. Rather rainy all day. We almost had one when he mentioned the railroad. He got excited about Waterloo, Ontario, too. There's another Waterloo in London. That's probably the original one. Okay. Okay, rather rainy all day. Worked on fancy work. That's embroidery a while. Helped with supper and dishes. We all played Flinch after supper. Flinch is a card game during evening. Went to bed at 10:30. Was invited to Myrtle's to a party, but on account of raining did not go. Not on account of her being incredibly sick for like 3 days straight, but that's okay. Actually, the Great Diary Project, people have told me about it, and I always forget to look into it more. But is that the one where they have like a big library where you send them in and they have an archive of them? Oh, you were an archivist for 10 years. You admire the passion. Awesome. And hi, Grandma. Thanks for the Thanksgiving card. We got it today. I'm going to write down the Great Diary Project again. But I think I did look into that, and it's the one where they have like a library. Unless that's a different project. But no, I don't have anything for Adair. Is that Missouri? Or Montana? What is Is Montana? No, that's Maine is M-E. Right. Missouri. Okay, got him right. What's Montana? M-A? M-N? Maybe it's M-N. M-N. Okay. M-T? I don't know. It's M-T? Oh, okay. Ooh. M-N? Oh, no one knows. Good. Okay, I'm not the only one. I always used to get confused about Maine because I feel like it should be M-A, but okay. M-N is Minnesota. Oh my god. Okay. So M-O is Missouri, M-N is Minnesota. Is it M-T Montana? Okay, thanks Holly. And then what's left? Massachusetts is M-A. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I live in Massachusetts. Well, that's not embarrassing. Okay. We'll go back to Ralph. That's funny. Like, okay. Just pretend I didn't say that. Okay. No, M-E is Maine. Yeah, that's why I was saying M-E is Maine, and I know that because I always felt like it should be M-A, and just completely ignoring the fact that I live in M-A. Like, it can't be M-A. But, yeah, Maine is M-E, and it feels wrong. Okay, September 10th. Do you keep a journal? I try to, and I've been really bad about it for a while now. But I have what's called a 5-year diary. And it's like a book where every single page is for a certain day of the year, and then it has 5 sections. So you go through the whole diary, and then in the first section, on every page, you write about your year number 1. And then you go through again for the second year, and you get to like look back on what you wrote the year before. And it's supposed to be for 5 years. And I'm on year 3, and I have to say I've been very bad this year about it. But I regret not doing it because it's really interesting looking back. But I don't know what it is. I've been like really struggling to keep up with that. I should get back into it. I think part of the reason is it's not in my bedroom right now, so I don't see it before I go to bed, and that's usually when I would fill it out. Yeah, it is cool. You can find them on Amazon. Not old diaries like this, but the 5-year diaries you can. I like it because it's not overwhelming. It's like a little tiny few lines that you fill out each day. It doesn't feel like you have to spill your guts. Hi.
What was that? Spill your guts?
Yeah, I'm spilling my guts. No, I'm saying like the 5-year diary, because it's small entries. You don't feel like you pressure to like write something really crazy because it's just really like meaningful because it's shorter. Valentina says hello.
Hello.
I don't think they can see you. They couldn't see you wave. You waved. Old diaries. You can find them on eBay. You can find them at antique stores. You just kind of have to like wait around for the right ones to find you. If you're on eBay, be careful because sometimes people sell them just as like an antique object and they're not full. Like if you're trying to do what I'm doing here, like reading through the diary and finding out who wrote it and really digging into it, you need a diary that's full. So, hey Corinne, happy Thursday. So if you're buying on eBay, just make sure it says that it's mostly full or like enough to your liking, because sometimes it'll be like they'll take a picture of the writing, but then it'll only be like 3 pages out of the whole diary that's full. You don't want to waste your money on that if you're looking for a full diary. So definitely like check the description, message the seller, because that sucks when you buy something you think it's one thing and then you get it and you realize it's something else. Yeah, so antique stores I haven't seen Diaries as much there. I haven't bought many of them, luckily, because I try really hard not to buy any because I could go nuts. I've seen most of them on eBay. I haven't really seen any at antique stores, but it could happen, you know. I think if you see one at an antique store, it's going to be really expensive. Okay, helped with dishes, cleaned ours, suits and ties. Or suit? I think it's suits. Oh, suits and ties, yeah, plural. And pressed them. At antique stores, I find more like pictures, old pictures and old postcards and things like that, usually. Helped with dinner and dishes, mended. Went downtown and then met Myrtle and went with her collecting with their rig. I think that's referring to like her horse and buggy. Yeah, this writing is pretty legible, I would say, compared to some of the other ones. Todd's chicken scratch was really hard to read. Okay. Went after the boys with Hector at 5:30. Hector's the horse. Helped do dishes. Hector is a main character. Went to bed at 10:30. Thanks for the follow, Antoinette. I did see a question. Oh, what's the website called? My website is www.thingslostandfound.com. And on the website, you can find links to all of my social media stuff, link to my Discord, link to my Patreon, and links for all the diaries that we're reading. So if you click on the Slippy Diaries, this is where you'll find the slideshows that I've been kind of tabbing between. I wanted to show, so this is Myrtle. I believe, did she talk about Mabel? Oh, this is Flinch, the card game they were playing. What feels very weird? Hold on. Oh, I'm in the future. So anything you need, I can help. That's funny. Okay, what was I going to say? This is Myrtle, who she's been talking about a little bit. Myrtle's about to get married, or Mabel's about to get married. I forget which one. Okay. We're going to go to Ralph. Is that the question from before, or is that asked again? No, that's from before. Okay. Yeah, she does wash a ton of dishes. The reason why she washes all the dishes is because her family rents out part of their house. So they have like rooms for rent for boarders, and she does like the housekeeping. I think since she's out of high school, I think that's like her job. She's taken over that responsibility in her family. And she does a lot of, it seems like a lot of cleaning. Someone else must do the cooking, because she doesn't talk about cooking much. Wait, hold on, I'm in Ralph. I'm getting really confused today for some reason. Okay, September 10th. Ralph, September 10th. At Westfield all day. Yeah, she should have been at the club. Yeah. The 1903 club. What would be the version of that? The dance hall? I don't even know if they really did that. She doesn't talk about going out dancing much. Anglesey in the 1917 diary, she went out partying a lot. She is, yeah, they're a couple. They are, we think, engaged at this point, but we don't know for sure. We didn't like see them get married, engaged, but they're going to be married in December of 1903. So I'm just assuming they're engaged unless we hear, oh, Ralph proposed to me today, then we know they weren't yet, but they are. Yeah, it is cute. When he was away at college, which wasn't very far away at all, he was only like a couple hours train ride or something, they would write letters to each other like every single day. It was cute. He'd always go to the post office to go get letters from her and write her a letter, even if he saw her the day before, because he came home every weekend. And Bella, these were donated to us. I say us because I have a group of Patreon supporters who are like my little club. So someone who heard about another project that I did on live donated these to us because he had them and he wasn't going to end up researching them. And he was like, oh, this would be a good next project. And it has been. Thanks for the follows, guys. A lot of people coming in today. I really appreciate it. So that's a good question, Tilly. Do they live together? It seems like Ralph, I think, is renting. Yeah, diary detective in the house. Shout out to Valentina. I think Ralph rents one of the rooms in their house because there's also another crossover where Georgia's father is an engineer, the city engineer of Waterloo. And Ralph at one point works for her dad because they're both engineers. So I don't really know how they met, but I think they met through the father because they both do the same work. And, hold on, I'll look at that after, Bella. But, I think he's renting a room because he was doing work in Waterloo and now he's engaged to their daughter. So I think he's like renting from them. And because it always seems like they're going home to the same place, but they're not living together because they're not married and it's 1903. Yes, Waterloo, Iowa. That's okay. Electric lights in the United States were not common until 1930, so at night they used lanterns. Yes. I don't know if there was another comment that's replying to, but yes. Isn't it cool to think about? And she goes, she's in a horse and buggy and stuff. It's just really cool. There was a point where Ralph, in his 1901 diary, hold on, let me open it up. 1901. He talked about, I want to say he installed an electric light. Somewhere. Or maybe it was a gas light or something. Lamp. It would be a lamp. Lamp. Oh my god, what? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Someone he went to school with installed a lamp. And it blew up? Yeah, and then he threw it out the window. Was that not the 1901 diary? We had Georgia's 1895 one. It wasn't in there. Maybe it just wasn't a lamp. I'll look up window, because I know he threw it out the window. Why is that not in here? I'm so confused. Did we read 19... No, we don't have 1902. He didn't say lantern. He literally threw the lamp out the window. Maybe the search isn't working. Let me try something. If I search... No, that looks like it's working. If I search problem, if I search... well, it was Clifford. It was Clifford who... Wasn't it? Am I having a stroke? Was it in the 1903 diary? No. Maybe it was. Because we've been reading this for a while. It feels like it was forever ago, but honestly, it could be. Hold on. Well, maybe... That's a lot of mentions. Let me see. It was probably like one of the first ones. You know what? It definitely was because it was in 1903. It feels like forever ago, but it's because he was already in college, so it had to have been. Here it is. So, Clifford's lamp exploded, and I threw it out of the window. This was a narrow escape from fire. Then I made some egg sandwiches. Okay, so after the lamp exploded, then there was an electric lamp mentioned. He installed one. Here. So he went to school and everything and helped Clifford on his new electric light. So he installed his electric light. How funny is that? I cannot believe that that's in the same year that we're reading right now. It feels like forever ago. We are researching 2 diaries from 1903. So what I was just showing was all of the typed entries we've done so far, and the pictures kind of like we've connected to it. But yeah, we're typing out these diaries and researching the people inside. Oh, that's okay. And well, no, you might be right, Joe, because well, yeah, maybe it was a little before 1930, but they might mean like commonplace is subjective, right? They might mean like electric street lamps. Like when did it or when was it commonplace across the whole United States? So, I'm sure things took time. The purpose is for fun, and also we try to reunite the diaries with their long lost relatives. Yes, and thanks for answering those questions, Corinne and Valentina, my diary detectives. Because I can't keep up sometimes. But yes, they were donated to us. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, she does wake up really early. Got up at 6:40. Helped with dishes. Something cloudy. Yeah, I think they were relatively rich. They're definitely not on Anglesea's level, but they're not living in poverty, that's for sure. And he went to college, so the guy in the corner is Ralph. Ralph is the one who wrote the other diary. We don't have a picture of Georgia, unfortunately, so I just have his picture. Swept and I keep losing my spot. Done. Did I already read this? No. Done. Other work. Helped with dinner and dishes. Went downtown. Took horse and went after the boys over the river. Why do I feel like I've already read this? I think she just did something similar the other day. Okay, helped do... Yeah, I am an art teacher. Thanks, guys. Okay, helped do supper dishes. Georgia was born in 1878, I think. 1878 or 1879. Makes sense. Oh, you think me being an art teacher makes sense? I'm curious. Why? Went to bed at 10. Awesome. Oh, that makes me happy. Well, if you are really interested in this kind of stuff, I also do have a Patreon where we have, when I mentioned the diary detectives, it's the group of people who are in here helping me answer questions and stuff. We have a separate Discord where we do research together and we do monthly video chats, and it's like a little club. So, oh, thanks. I fit art teacher vibes. I love that. Thank you. I teach mostly kindergarten through 2nd grade art. I know, it's nice, Carly. It's nice to be appreciated. And I love, though, that even though there are new people coming in, I have my crew who, like, you guys come back week after week, and you are a fun bunch. Definitely. You nanny kindergartners. Oh my god, it is a fun age. It's awesome. Researching diaries with what purpose exactly? To return them to descendants. And also for fun. I think I had already said that, but... went to bed at 10. R and I... and folks. Oh, so someone had asked me what this is. It's not R and J, it's R and I. And the only reason I know that is because she says it all the time. R and I and folks went to church on West Side to tabernacle meetings being held by the Christian church. Yeah, I love my job. I teach mostly K-2, and then sometimes once a week I teach 3rd through 5th. Today I had the 3rd through 5th graders. All right, I wanted to look up this meeting. If anybody who is a diary detective wants to come and do research and pop up into the video or voice chat thing, let me know, because I can save this if you want, but I think the last few times people haven't wanted to. So, you lost your old diary where you confess your love to a classmate. Oh no, that must be stressful. And I can read that because of a lot of practice. We get used to her handwriting a lot, or just like after reading a lot. And thank you, B. You work in an archive, so this is your jam. That's awesome. Yeah, if you want to join the, oh, hold on. TikTok thinks I'm not here. If you want to join the Patreon, that's the, like the special Discord. You join through, patreon.com. It's on my link tree. And I will help you if you can't get into the Discord. I don't know if you use Discord already, but if you need help getting in, I will, I'll email you and I can help you get in. And then there's a lot of questions. Hold on. The application I'm using is actually, it's kind of funny because it looks a little bit more techie than it actually is, but it's just Google Docs. I've just changed the background so it's less ugly. And this is just Google Photos. It's just Google Drive. So I'm just typing, and I put everything into Google Slides as a final place to keep everything. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's okay. So maybe I'll save it then. Are you going to be here for a while, Corinne? Because I can write down a couple of points we want to research, and we'll look at it together. Just at the end, we can hang out. That is September 11th. I hope we get to the wedding of her friend, but we've been doing a lot of chit-chatting today and not a lot of typing. Okay, so this is just your desktop. Yeah, pretty much. I'm using the TikTok streaming software, which allows you to move things around and crop things and stuff, so it's nice. But yeah, basically, when it boils down to it, it's just Google Docs and Google Slides. And yes, I have the actual diaries. I have them right here. It's just way easier to take pictures and zoom in and stuff than to like try to show it to you guys on here. And exactly, I would definitely, trying to hold them up like that, they're already kind of falling apart and they wouldn't last very long. Okay, we are going to Ralph on September 11th, 1903. He's been giving us very short entries in September. I don't know why all of the boxes are so much bigger. I think if I do that, I don't know. At Westfield all day. Oh my God, I am happy you're here. The FIP blessed me today. I love that. That's such a good compliment. Yeah, we're a very specific breed, but when we find each other, it's a good feeling. You'll know if you do join. Everybody in that group, they're awesome. They're all like, we're like-minded. We're all equally obsessed with random things that like don't matter to a lot of people, but matter a lot to us. So you're where you belong. Westfield must be popping. Yeah, he's doing work on a bridge in Westfield. Yes, and Valentina says we're all over the world. Very true. Makes it a little bit difficult to meet up for our video chats, but that's okay. We've been able to make it work. Poor Cosmina. She's like way far away, but got up at 6:40. Helped with work. Swept. Dusted. Hitched. It's so interesting the seemingly unrelated things we have in common. I know. Hitched up Hector and went to IC train to meet Ada Marsh and girl. Maybe you guys can tell me what you think that says. Is that Ada? Oh, sometimes it is hard to decipher the handwriting. Like right now, a lot of times when it's a name or like the name of a place, something that's not used often, I have a hard time. But we've gotten pretty good at reading her handwriting for the most part. Yeah, I think it is Ada, which is an interesting name. We can look her up after. I'm guessing girl would be her daughter. Okay. Wind blew awful. Oh, Ada is a female name which means adornment. Very cute. Helped with dishes, or with dinner and dishes. That's just cut off because of the... I can't type today. Dishes. Rained a while, and girl, I know. Went downtown with Ada. Took ponies. That's cute. And went for a drive. R and I. Oh, thanks for the follows, guys. This has been a good one. She's from Waterloo, Iowa. I don't know where Ada is from, though. She's visiting. Had supper. And then took... Oh, wait. Another... Yeah. Took ponies. Thinking I'm repeating myself, but not. And then went for an errand. Then a drive. And home. R and I went downtown a while. Went to bed at 11. Okay. Oh, Heather, did I get to your diary birthday yet? Are you still here? I want to use the diary birthday graphic. What would that be called? Little video? Little thing? Special thing? Ralph on September 12th. He is just really like... Maybe he's really tired. He's at Westfield again, and then he started writing something, but never finished it. So I'm just gonna leave that off. Looks like he writes something a little bit more interesting the next day. Okay. Sunday, September 13th. Okay. Got up at 6:45. Oh, I never actually finished. I was going to search this, and I don't know how I got distracted, but at Westfield, he is working on the Black Hawk Bridge. So I wanted to see if there was anything happening with the Black Hawk Bridge that would cause him... We're not in August, we're in September. That would cause him to, like, have to be there every day. Like, did something go wrong? I'll fix that after. Waterloo, Iowa. Let's see. Oh, that's not where, I'm gonna do September, hold on. That's not where that accident was, right? Oh, this is later on in September. Young girl assaulted. Oh, man. She was attacked near the Black Hawk Bridge by a strange man. Oh my God, that's horrible. Oh, I hate that. Oh, that's... Okay, well that happens at the bridge later on in the month. Everything is just saying Black Hawk County, which is the county that the town is in. But this is specifically the Black Hawk Bridge. Doesn't seem like there's another exact match other than what that poor woman went through. Let's see about in August. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Travelers complain of the planking of the Black Hawk Bridge, saying that there are holes in the flooring big enough to admit the legs of the teams driven over it. It's especially dangerous in a dark night or to people unacquainted with the conditions. So, maybe they're fixing the holes in the bridge. That could be it. But they were, I think, just building it recently. I'm intrigued. What is this website called? The website I'm looking for the newspapers is called newspapers.com. And everything else is pictures that I've taken of the diary and Google Docs. And you can do this at my Patreon page. I'll plug my Patreon. I do this on live every week, so you can come and join me here. But if you would like to get deeper into the research or help others with their research or even bring your own to the table, I have a Patreon club. Join us. Thanks, Corinne. But yeah, if you want to do it on your own too, really all you need is an old diary or old letters and a lot of time and patience and excitement, I guess. You need the fervor. All right, got up at 6:45, had breakfast. R and I, not took, went over to Rhinebeck and spent the day. That's where Ralph was born. Okay, here's the problem. I don't label my pictures in here, so I have to scroll through. Here we go. This is Ralph's hometown, and that's actually, I think that's his father's shop. See how it says Slippy? Ralph's last name is Slippy. Isn't that cool? And there, oh, this is the same picture, but a little bit wider, I think, or maybe it's just like another, yeah, it is the same. So cool. That's Rhinebeck. It is an awesome last name, Ralph Slippy. And he becomes the mayor. Mayor Slippy. Oh, thanks for all the gifts, guys, by the way. I've been seeing them, but I haven't said anything, so thanks. R and I went over to Rhinebeck and spent the day. They met us at Depot and went up to house. No, this isn't my ancestor. This diary was donated to us, so we're researching the ancestry of these diary authors, but they're not mine. They're not related to me. And no, they didn't have children, unfortunately, because that would have made our lives easier trying to find descendants, but they didn't have kids. Had dinner and went over to call on Mrs. Sloss. We all went to cemetery, caught in rain. Had a good visit. Had supper and helped with dishes. Went with Esther across the street with milk. Rained in evening. The folks went to train with us, and it rained all the time. Hanging with Sloss and Slippy. I know, I'm going to put it back on the list because I never was able to find Ralph's house, like where it was in Rhinebeck. Can't watch this now, sadly. I have to take care of my baby. But is this stream recurring? Well, of course, gotta take care of your baby. Yes, I do post the live recordings on my YouTube page. You can find that in my link tree. And I come on every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So I will be back next week. And not the week of Thanksgiving. I don't know what I'm going to do for the week of Thanksgiving, but I will definitely be on next Thursday. Jules, we're reading through old diaries and trying to figure out who wrote them and return them to descendants. Okay, the folks went to the train with us and it rained all the time. Train late and never got home till 1:20. Went to bed at 1:45. I don't know how many more I got in me, especially if we're going to do a little bit of research. But I think she gets married on the 16th, the friend, so we'll go to the 16th. Oops. Move this around so TikTok knows I'm alive. Hold on, I think I have to go down this way. Okay. We're on Ralph, right? Okay. Took 8 o'clock. C and GW. That's the Chicago and Great Western train. Okay, cool. Good to see you then. Artemidian. Go take care of your baby. So cute. Train with Georgia to Rhinebeck. And spent the day with the folks. Got back at 12:30. Lots of rain. Okay. Keep going here. September 14th. Spent day. Nope, that's Ralph. Ah. Georgia. Of course she gives us more. Yeah, it could be pre-wedding arrangements. I hope so. TikTok kicked you off. I'm glad you're back. That's weird. Why did it kick you off? Just because it crashed? It's unreliable. I knew that entry was too short to be Georgia's. Exactly. Oh my god, that's funny. You guys, you already know the, the drill. She gives us way more all the time. Helped with dishes, and that's hilarious, and other work. Took Ada over the river with the horse. And then took Ralph collecting. This is so cool. Do you do this for fun or do you get paid? Both. I do it for fun. It's not my official job, but I have a Patreon, so I do get paid a little bit for it. But it's not my full-time job. Helped with dinner. Went with horse for another bill at noon. Yeah, so he's collecting bills. And then done dishes. Rain. Helped R pack his trunk. Where's he going? Helped with supper and oh, I hope he's not going away to work at the Armor Institute before they get married. That would be sad if they have to be apart. Thank you, Second Chance Gaming. I'm glad you find it interesting. I definitely do too. I used to do this just on my own, but I started sharing it on TikTok and I was just making videos, but then I started to do it on live and it was like I realized how many people do find this interesting. It's a very unexpected joy. Helped with supper. I'm stuck. Hold on, where am I? Washed out some things for R. Thank you, Rocky. Yeah, she pressed all his suits and ties and packed his trunk. I hope he's not going away for a long time. Hitched. Oh, hold on. And iron them. That's your birthday? Yay, I get to do this then. Happy diary birthday. We used to have so many more diary birthdays because we read through more entries in a sitting, but I love when we have a diary birthday. Helped with supper, washed out some things for R and oh, yeah, I know. Thanks, I made it. We used to just say happy diary birthday to everybody, but then I realized we needed something a little bit more celebratory, a little bit more special. I'm glad you guys feel special. Okay. And ironed them. Period. Hitched up. Horse. After supper. And took his trunk to depot. Went downtown and home. Slept a while in evening as I was so tired. Oh, thanks, Avery. Then we talked till R had to go at 2:20. Went to bed at 2:30. He must be going far away if he's leaving at 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, it is. It's something I never liked being in front of a camera in general, and I think if I had looked back, or looked ahead, I guess, I would have been shocked that I'm doing this, but it does make me happy. And it makes me happy because all of you guys chime in and have a good time and, you know, participate. I think if I was just on here, like, talking to nobody, I'd feel really awkward, but spent day in collecting and getting ready to come to Chicago. Okay, so he is going away for his job. That is sad. I wonder if he'll be away until they get married. Oops. 14th, 15th. Because they're going to get married on, I think it's like Christmas Eve, or the day before Christmas Eve, so he might be away working. Maybe he'll come home on the weekends again like he did when he was in college. Okay, September 15th. We got to go to Georgia's. I'm new here. Where did you find this diary? How'd you get into this? I got into this by stumbling upon an old diary from an estate sale. It was from 1917, and that kind of like catapulted me into this random hobby. Was researching that diary, and then these were donated to us because I've done a few other projects. One of the projects that I did, a newspaper article was written about it, and then someone read that article and reached out to me to donate these diaries. So they all come from different places, and like they have different stories behind them, which is cool. But yeah, that first one from the estate sale, that's what did it. Because if I hadn't have found that and just randomly started reading it and researching it, and if she hadn't been such an easily researchable person, I probably wouldn't have ever thought of doing this. Thank you, Water Wrangler. I appreciate it. Do you know how old Ralph and Georgia are? Yes. In this diary, Georgia is 25, and I leave this here to remind myself because I forget. And Ralph is a little younger, 22. Thank you, Corinne. Appreciate it. Yeah, I have a lot of videos of the 1917 diary. I've finished it myself. Like, I've read through that diary multiple times, but I haven't officially finished making the videos for it, and I think I'm kind of like stalling because I don't want it to end. But I've also been thinking about maybe once I read through that diary, I feel like every time I read it, something else comes up that I make a connection about or find like a picture of. So I might read through it again. Because I've only done, this is like the first read through, full one, where I like really dove into it. I read the whole thing, typed the whole thing, but then when I went back and read it, that's when I kind of started to like really research the people. So I think I could benefit from reading it again and maybe posting like new videos about it. I don't know if people would be interested in that though, since they're already there. What do I do with the diary? Do I publish online? This diary that we're reading right now, yes, I publish the Google Slides version. I just kind of copy and paste what we've typed out on my website, which is thingslostandfound.com. If you're on my website and you click on Slippy Diaries, they're all in here, and you can read them and look at the pictures. And there's other ones from this group. Yes, I can show you pictures of, are you talking about the people or the diaries? We don't have a picture of Georgia, yeah, unfortunately, but Ralph is up there in the corner. I do have more pictures of Ralph, which I can show you at the end. Or maybe, yeah, I'm going to read to the 16th, because I think that's when her friend gets married, so hopefully that's the right day. Okay, got up at 7:30. Helped with dishes and washing. Rainy most all time. Helped with dinner. Oh yeah, I'll definitely show you pictures of Ralph. And dishes. Myrtle was here a while. Went downtown with Ada. Helped with supper. Took Bernice and went down to bakery. Mama and I went to train with Ada as she went away. Had a good visit with her. I wish she gave us more information about where she was going, but we'll look it up. Papa, Mama, and I went to church to the Tabernacle on West Side, where Christian church people are holding meetings. Yeah, with the website, you have to put www. I'm not sure if Ada or Ada is a relative yet. We're going to try to research that in a second. Went to bed at 10. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna get married in December. Okay, awesome, Valentina. If you find anything, I'm gonna do a diary detective chat if you want to come up. But if not, you could send it in the chat if you find anything in the Discord. Yeah, there's a bunch of people in tonight. It's exciting. It hasn't happened in a long time. So if you guys like the content, like it, share it, follow it, because that's when TikTok actually shows my stuff to people. Yes, is it Christmas Day when they get married? I wasn't sure if it was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but very cool. Okay, left at 2:35 a.m. for Chicago and got there at 8:30. Went out to Institute. Saw Howard on train at Freeport. I think that says Freeport. Went downtown to... Oh, thanks, Elise. It just takes a lot of practice. Oh, that would be cool, Gilbert. It's cool to have extra new people in there, so... if you have questions, if you're not sure, feel free to ask me, because I like to, I love to explain it, because I know it's kind of like it's very different, but it's fun. Awesome. Aislinn just stumbled upon this, and I'm obsessed. And that's what happened to me, too. I stumbled upon the diary, and I became obsessed. The website is www.thingslostandfound.com. It's also in my link tree in my bio. Thanks, Hannah. Went downtown to dinner and saw EB. We still don't know exactly who that is, but went to see the sights and went to stay with EB all night. EB better not be a girl. All right. I'm hoping this is the day that her friend gets married. September 16th. 1903. You're welcome. Got up at 7:20. She got up late. Late for her. Helped with dishes and swept a little. And fixed up things around the house. We put the clothes out to dry. Cloudy. Got ready and went to, her wedding. Ready and went to Mabel Dunham's wedding, which was at high noon. I like that. Myrtle and I waited on table. Pretty little wedding. Went over to train with Myrtle to see them off, but they did not see us. Went to store first and saw Effie. Helped with supper. Wrote a letter, definitely to Ralph, and went and mailed it. Wrote letters during evening. Thank you, Enorma Stitz. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. You got me. Wrote letters during evening. That's hilarious. Okay. Went to bed. How often does that happen? I have lost all trust for you. I don't believe your compliment anymore. I think you did it just to troll me. That's a good one though, because it's less like obvious. There's certain ones that not as often as you want. I'm like crying laughing. That was funny. Okay. Yeah, feel like there's some that right away I'd pick up on it, but that was a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna read Ralph's September 16th, and then we'll do research on it. Oh, that was a good one. Okay. Went out to AIT. It took me a second too, yeah. No, that was a good one. And stayed till noon. Went downtown for dinner and came back. Oh, we know Paul Bellamy. Met Paul Bellamy at 5. So Norma, now you have to follow me. As a sorry. Met Paul Bellamy at 5 and went to dinner with him. Thanks. I was kidding, but I appreciate it. Went out to stay with Howard all night. Okay. So, I was going to show pictures of Ralph, which I have a bunch of. So, Ralph was the city engineer of Waterloo at one point. Right now, he is going to go to Chicago to work as a professor for a little while, and then he'll get married to Georgia. I think he still works there after they get married. But this is Ralph right now, and that's his picture up in the corner, too, you can see. This is also from around 1903. This is later on when he decided to grow his mustache. This is a little bit later, so we've got like a bunch of pictures throughout his whole life. We don't have any pictures of Georgia yet, which makes me so sad, but hopefully we will find one at some point. He was a civil engineer. And then he's the mayor of Waterloo. Did I say that? I know he was the city engineer of Waterloo, and then he became, the Slippy ticket. He became the mayor in the 1940s. So we also, yes, have a picture of Paul Bellamy. I don't know if he's in this one. Yeah, here. This is Paul Bellamy. That's one of his friends from college who apparently now he works with. Hey, everybody. Okay. Then what else was I going to show? Hello. We have 189 people. You want to say hi? They can't see you.
Hello.
They still can't see you.
Oh.
You have to look in the camera. You're not looking at the camera.
What do you mean? I'm right. Head's
Look
next to yours.
at the picture. There you go. Now you're in it. Hi, Ian. My dad says hi.
Oh, hello.
I just embarrassed myself very badly on here. Look at this. Wait, hold on. This person sent me a really nice compliment, and I said thank you, and read their name out loud. Read it out loud.
Enormous tits.
It got me. Me. Yep. Okay.
It's funny how, like, when I'm reading that with my eyes, I don't see that.
No, I know, and that's what I said. Like, that's a good one, because there are certain ones where you'd see it and go, oh, I'm not reading that. But that one really is, that's a good one. Did you come up with that? I know your name's not really Norma, but now I'm going to call you that. Norma, did you come up with that all on your own? You said it perfectly, too. Did I say it good? I don't even remember how I said it, but I know Ian did. Enormous dits. Hey, Claude.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. We both said the same thing. Okay. I said it perfectly, too. I love it. Okay. Who else were we going to look at? We were going to start doing research. So... if Corinne is still here, if you want to come up, you can. If not, it's okay. I know that it's kind of like a little intimidating. But if any of the diary detectives would like to come on, do you want to come up? It's up to you. And I can let you do the multi-guest thing if you want to. Okay, so hold on. I have to plug in my headphones because otherwise it echoes. So yes, one moment for me too. Don't worry. Oh, that's okay, Valentina.
I just had to consciously suppress myself from meowing at the cat.
Yeah, you can't do that when we're on a live stream. Well, you could, but I'm sure no one would judge you. Okay. I have to change... Okay, I think that should be on my headphones now. So now I'm gonna do, I clicked on multi-guest. I think you have to request it. So, okay. If you can request it, that would be great. Or I can try to send it to you too, but I think I'd have to like search you. There you are. Okay, I'm letting you in. We're still learning how to do this, so everybody else be patient with us. Okay. So I can hear you, and now hold on, because I can hear you on my computer, so it's probably echoing. Hold on. I gotta change my input. Audio. Hold on, Ian, I might need you. Oh, I think it has to be for my computer. You don't hear an echo?
To set audio.
Okay, hold on though. Corinne, do you hear an echoing?
No, I don't hear it.
Oh, okay, then maybe I'll just leave it. Because the first time we tried it, and when I didn't have the headphone in, it was like bad, and it was echoey. But if it's not doing anything bad, I'm just going to leave it. Because I prefer actually to not have a headphone. Okay, cool. So this is what we're going to do. We have a little list. We can also, if I missed anything, go back. But I think the first thing we'll look up, we have, well, why don't we look up the wedding since we just read it? I think that would be cool.
Sounds good. Let me know what you want me to look up that I can, because I don't have Ancestry.
Okay. I think we're going to look up Ada Marsh. So maybe Find a Grave would be a good, I have no idea anything about her though. Or even where she's from, so. But she has a pretty specific name, so maybe that's enough that we'll find her. I know that there's an article about Myrtle's wedding, so. Or no, it's Mabel's wedding.
Okay.
Waterloo. So this is their, oh, hold on, why is that not showing? Oh, because it's in a new tab. Hold on. Oh, did you see that? Dysentery? Lovely. So this is the article about their wedding. C.W. Stull, I think his name's Charles, and Miss Mabel Dunham wed at bride's home. A pretty wedding occurred at noon today at the home of Mr. and Mrs. George Dunham, 1102 Mulberry Street. That's the same street that Georgia lives on. When their daughter Mabel became the wife of Mr. Charles W. Stull, the bridal couple were unattended and took their places to the music of Lohengrin's wedding march, played by Miss Lulu Stickney of Cedar Falls. Reverend Beeman of the Walnut Street Baptist Church officiated and read the most impressive service. They stood beneath a canopy draped with the national flag, wow, very patriotic, and decorated with vines and goldenrod. About the parlors were many vases of cut flowers. After the good wishes, a wedding dinner was served in the dining room at one log table, which was decorated with cut flowers and candelabra. The repast? I don't know that word. Repast? Was served by Miss... Oh, hey, look! Georgia mentioned. Was served by Miss Myrtle Rush and Miss Georgia Newton. I love that. I wasn't expecting that. So that's what she meant when she said she served the table. The bride was prettily gowned in cream silk mull and carried bride's roses. Mrs. Stull is a very charming young woman, and her many friends will wish her happiness. Mr. Stull is an experienced machinist and is employed by Marsh and Morgan. Marsh. We're looking for Ada Marsh. I wonder if that has a connection. The young couple will be The young couple will be at home at 202 South Street after a short wedding trip. Mr. and Mrs. Molyneux of Cedar Falls and Mr. William Stickney of Cedar Falls were out-of-town guests. Okay. Formal meal. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to save that because we will add it to our, kind of like our scrapbook. Any luck on Ada or Ada? Also, Addie, I found on Ancestry last night that Ralph enlisted in World War I and World War II. Oh, I thought he didn't. I thought, oh, maybe because in his, this was before World War I and World War II then. In his yearbook, it said something about he could have been a general in the army, but he chose not to or something. But that might have been just before the war. I didn't look too much into his later life, so I'll have to do that. Okay. Corinne, any luck with Ada? Did you look yet?
I have not been able to find anything.
Ada.
I'm trying my best.
Okay, well, I'll look on... It is kind of, like, hard when we don't have any other information about her, but maybe they talk about her visiting or something?
We don't know what year she was.
No, we know absolutely nothing about her. That's the that's the sucky part. We don't even know if she lived in Iowa, which usually that helps a little narrow it down, but...
Yeah, I'm looking still.
I just feel like it's such a specific name that, like, maybe we could find... I don't see anything in all of 1903. Unless it's spelled wrong, which it could be. It could be...
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
what's...
Maybe it's
That's
not
Scotland.
Adelaide, but it looks like it.
I know. I could just put... I'll just put Marsh. Yes, it could be A-D-A.
Yeah.
Ada is the name of my... Yeah, I've encountered a few Adas in my research. Just A-D-A. Ada Newton. Okay. Maybe he...
Yeah, let me try ADA.
Yeah. I need to narrow this down to... Go to Waterloo.
Oh.
Oh. What? Oh, Barney Marsh is coming up a lot.
You think? Okay. We don't know when she was born. I was gonna say, she's like the same age around as.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man.
Okay, we also just recently were talking about Marsh. Remember Barney Marsh's wife that I think I found? Her name was like... Oh, it's Iona Weatherby Marsh. So that's not her. Olive Iona, or Ione is her name. So I don't think that could be accidentally written as Ada. I'll look up Newton. Oh, there's an Ada, A-D-D-A, Marsh. Born 1885 to 1968. Where is she from?
Okay. I found an Ada Marsh on the Find a Grave, but I don't think it's the right one. She was born in 1867. That seems like it's.
Yeah, maybe. Depending on, I don't know. Maybe she's a family friend or something. Where did she live?
I don't think I don't.
You don't know?
the geographical parts of Iowa, but it was in.
It's in Iowa, though?
In Woodbury County, Iowa.
Okay, I don't know where that is either, but if she's from Iowa, how is it spelled? A-D...
ADAMARSH.
Okay, just A-D-A. Okay. And then you said 1870... What did you say?
1867
Oh,
was the birth year,
okay.
and then she died in April 1930. But I don't know if that's
Okay.
correct.
Well, I think that's pretty close that it's Iowa. Ada Marsh. Woodbury County, Iowa. So, Sioux City? Maybe we can search Ada Marsh in Woodbury County, Iowa, and find that she's going away on a trip. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll look up... Do we know who she's married to? No.
Not saying that much.
See, we could find a connection, but it might take hours.
Spouse is Fred E. Marsh.
Fred E. Marsh. So I'm going to look up Mrs. Okay, we are just narrowing this down to September.
Wait a second.
If she had a daughter, Marsh would have been her married name. Oh, okay, you mean look up Ada Newton or Ada Newton. Okay. Trying to find a tab that won't mess everything up here. Okay. I'll search on Find a Grave. I'm gonna leave her up.
person I was looking at doesn't seem to have anybody listed.
Neither of those people match. Ada. No. Northwest Iowa. So that would make sense if she was from, if this is the Ada we're looking for. She would have to go on a train to come visit. You know, it wouldn't be close enough that she's just driving in.
Right.
Why does this sound familiar? Section Louise. Georgia's family comes from a place called Louise. Or a county. Lived on a farm in Louise for many years. Okay, that's her great uncle Dan. Lived on a farm in Louise for many years. I remember that name, Louise, but I don't know if that's the same place this is. But that is pretty encouraging. Let's look up Ada Marsh, her obituary, 1930.
Yeah, hopefully there would be something else there.
Okay. Oh no, she died in a car accident. This is a picture of her. Funeral rites for Mrs. Ada Marsh, injured in an automobile accident. Mrs. Marsh, oh, that's so sad. She died of a fractured skull soon after arriving at a hospital here in the automobile of a Jackson physician. Her daughter, Mrs. Harry Colvin, suffered fractures of the shoulder. Okay. Let's find like a nice obituary. Really, they all have to be so violent. Okay. Trying to find like a nice obituary, one that talks about her life and not just how she died. Oh, I think this is the same. Yeah. Okay. Come on, we should be able to find something, right? I'll narrow down to April, but that's gonna give me... I just want to find out, like, who her husband was. And her family, because they might say the names of Newton. Like, I want a connection here. Because it could be. Thank you, Brain Blast. Brain Blast said, wait, this is awesome. LOL. This is the slightly more boring portion of the live where we just stare at our computer screens and forget that people are watching. But that's okay. I know. Grr, I want to find a connection. Okay, well, I'm going to write down, at least on my list, because I will forget this. We found an Ada Marsh, 1867 to 1930.
And
That
buried
could
in
be.
Floyd Cemetery.
Let's click on Floyd Cemetery and see if there's any Newtons in here.
Good idea.
Yeah, we'll see. There's one. Oh, that's sad. He died very, very young.
Died in 1930 as well.
With Newtons, a lot of Newtons in the family. Okay. We got like a Carl in this family tree. Carl Newton. Yeah, Shayna. The name Ada or Ada Marsh. Look at this gross picture. It came from the diary. So we're trying to figure out who it is.
Lots of Newtons.
Yeah. Okay, so this is promising. I think it's just gonna take time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gotta make some back connections to reach a conclusion.
So we're thinking, Shayna, it's probably actually a relative of her. Because we found an Ada Marsh in a town that's mentioned in the family history of another relative. It could be short for Adeline, yeah, or Adele. Very true. I'm going to write that on my list too, because we could expand the search. Maybe, I was going to say maybe we'll get more information, but I don't know. She kind of came and went. So I was hoping that we would be able to look in the newspaper and see, because they do often say this person's coming to visit, or this person left and went to visit their family. We a lot of times can find a record, but I haven't found anything specifically. And yes, Brain Blast, I do want to research your family history next. Okay, let's try one more thing, because I think Adeline Marsh might be a good... I'm going to put it on Waterloo again, because that's where the person would have visited. Adeline Wade. Wilma. Okay, hold on. What's this? Oh, why am I in April? I don't know. I saw April and was like, oh yeah, April. No, we need September. Marsh.
I was looking at Find a Grave. I looked for Adeline, and there was one
Mm-hmm.
called Adeline Elizabeth, also known as Addie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And where is that? Or if I could
in
find.
Salem, Henry County, Iowa. But the birth year is 1838.
Oh, so she'd be really old. Well,
Yeah.
I'll do.
And she died in 1885.
Oh.
So I don't think that's her.
Yeah, it can't be her.
I was just scrolling.
Yeah.
It's definitely not her. I'm not finding a lot of Adelines in the Iowa's Find a Grave, so.
Megan said try Adelaide. Change the search to... Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm in September 1930. Thank you. 1903. That would help.
I think I'm spelling Adelaide wrong. How?
Megan spelled it Adelaide. And Melissa asked, what's her estimated age? That's the problem. We don't know.
Yeah.
We have, like, no information to go by.
Nothing in Find a Grave is coming up for Adelaide for Iowa at least.
Okay. Maybe we'll have to leave it here. And we have a couple of possible leads, but it takes a long time sometimes to make the connection, the official connection. So there's a lot of mentions of Barney Marsh, who is a contractor on the same bridge that Ralph is working on. So maybe she's connected to him. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Oh, there was some kind of meeting on September 11th. The tabernacle meetings being held at the Christian church. Hopefully that will be an easy one. We're on, okay, September. See if there's anything more specifically on around then. So you create a diary of their documented experiences? Yeah, so we Hold on, I'm also reading Melissa's comment. I'll go back to that in a second. We read through the actual diary and type it out, and then, yeah, we do research on all the things they're talking about, and we collect the pictures of and articles of where they're going and what they're doing. What'd you say? A scrapbook. Yeah, it's like a digital scrapbook. Melissa said, I put in an A for the first name and Marsh for the last in Find a Grave and set location to Iowa. I got a few things popped up. Okay. We could do that, but we have, and I would do that if I knew anything else about her, like if I knew her husband or her birth date or even where she lived. Like, I don't know. Yeah, there is a lot, but I don't know how we would ever be able to narrow it down. Okay, there's an Ada here. Borchardt. The other Ada, though, had connections with Newtons. So I feel like the other one is a really good starting point. I don't know, I have a feeling about that. Because she has Newtons in her family. And I don't know what it means by the Louise section of this cemetery. Like, where is Louise, Iowa? It's a region in Black Hawk County. The Black Keys, Louise. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. So that's not even far away from where they are, because they're in Black Hawk County. So I don't know. Could be a middle name. What could be a middle name? Ada? Yeah, maybe. Oh, we've got another one. Oh no, she's not born yet. Never mind.
There's the Ada Marsh Borchardt one. That was
Yep.
from 1868 to 1922.
Yep, that could be her.
It could be it too.
Adelia Lucretia Mudge Marsh. Marsh, that's a name.
Yep.
Adelia Lucretia Mudge Marsh.
And then married to Fred Marsh.
See, I wish we had like one more piece of information.
Yeah.
Iowa Historical Society has
She's
death
talking about her
certificate.
more later on.
There was a Mary Adelaide Newton. Okay. Yeah, she might bring her up again, but I don't know. Because she came and she left. I really wish the newspaper. Maybe we could look up. I feel like maybe it's in there and we just haven't found it. Like maybe look up did I look up Adelaide? I don't know. I'm having trouble spelling that.
Trying to look at and find a grave.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try September. When did she come? Oh, we haven't even gotten to the 19th yet, so that's not her. I feel it's Ada, the one you found. Yeah, maybe we need to spend more time, like... Yeah, so Beth said, I've heard of Louisa County. I don't know of any Louise. Yeah, so when I look up Louise, I get Louisa County, but everywhere I see says he had a farm in Louise. Which might be, maybe it's just like an informal name for an area of Iowa. I don't know. Yeah, and the only context we have of Ada or Ada is that she came to visit. Georgia showed her around and then she left. That's all we know, unfortunately. All right, I'm going to go back to what was I doing? I was looking at... Yeah. Okay. The revival at the Tabernacle continues with great interest. People from all religious societies are attending these meetings. Evangelist Combs is preaching a series of sermons along the practical side of life that all should hear. Professor Landrum, who has been on the sick list for a few days, will begin work tomorrow. On Sunday, there will be 4 services. That might be what she's talking about.
What was it mentioned in the diary? I forgot.
It was on September 11th. She went to church on the west side to tabernacle meetings being held by the Christian church. This is on September 12th. But I think it's a multi-day thing. There's no mention of tabernacle specifically on the 11th, or tabernacle meeting. Maybe I'll do. Oh, hold on. Louise is a city in Iowa south of Waterloo. Okay, so that makes sense because that is where this diary is taking place. Oh, something about Freeport. They mentioned Freeport. I don't know. I'll have to look. It's definitely not something they've mentioned a lot. Okay. I'll fix this typo while I'm here. Ralph went on the train from Waterloo to Chicago and met one of his friends at Freeport. That's what the context of that is.
She doesn't mention what the name of the church is, right?
She says the Christian Church.
The Christian church.
It sounds a little vague, so I think it's maybe that one that's like, oh, people from all of the different religious, because it's probably multiple Christian groups coming together. I don't know. I guess I could see. This says the corner of 5th and Commercial Streets. Oh, okay. This is actually the same group because it says J.V. Combs, who is the same guy that was mentioned before. Begin big meetings. Tabernacle on 5th Street is for the Christian church. Okay, cool. This is it. Reverend J.V. Combs of Indianapolis is the evangelist, a powerful preacher who has attained wonderful results. Okay, cool. So that's him. And then I think the only other thing I have on here is I want to find Ralph's house, but I think I might do that just on the Discord because it's just going to take forever. I've already done a little bit of looking and I haven't really found it yet, so we'd need to look at old maps of Rhinebeck, which I don't know if I have like on hand. I don't know like what years we would be able to find, so I know I have some old atlases linked like this, yeah. And I think Rhinebeck is Grundy County. Another great name, Grundy. This is 1965. I don't want that, but I think if I go to Historical Map Works, can we go back like to different years? Iowa. Didn't the diary give an address for his parents' home? I can't remember specifically if it did. They definitely talked about going to Rhinebeck to visit them, but I don't know if they gave a specific address. I'd probably have to like read through the whole thing to figure that out. I hope I would have written it down. I wonder if I can. This is on eBay, but maybe I can zoom into it. Oh, Rhinebeck, Holland, Iowa. Oh, this is like, okay, Grundy County, Iowa. Where's Rhinebeck? That's not it. Sanborn Fire Insurance Map. That won't have any people written on it, but it is Rhinebeck. Okay, this is a plat map. It doesn't have names. There are some old maps that have names on them. I guess I could look. I'm already looking, so let me, I've got some links that I saved. Old maps. The 1875 Illustrated Atlas of Iowa doesn't have names. Okay. The 1887 map of Black Hawk County. Okay, that's the problem because it's the county. So I need like 18 or 1900 map of Grundy County. I'm gonna click on this because this is a map of Black Hawk County, but I might be able to find. Oh, this is bringing me to the same place. I want to find Grundy. Yeah, I Google search a lot, but I also use Ancestry a lot. And newspapers.com is what I was on before, so sometimes I'll Google search things because I don't really have another way to find old maps. Family search is a good place to look too. I don't know why when I click on this it's not doing anything unless there's just nothing in that category. This website seems kind of like clunky. Look up. Never underestimate the power of Google. Yeah, and also sometimes it's really hard to find things on Google even though you know it's there. Oh, here, I think. Oh, here we go. Grundy County, Grundy Center. No. We want... Should I search Rhinebeck specifically? Oh, here's Rhinebeck. Okay. 1911. Let's see. Hopefully there's names. No. Now, what I would do if I had hours and hours is I would look at the census. Did we find maybe their address in the census before? Or, you know what? I think where we did find their address was in that article about them getting into it. They had like an explosion in their basement. Yes. Oh my God. Thank you. Who had said that before? Deb, was it you? Thank you for reminding me because it says 1021 4th Street West. I don't know if that's where they lived when Ralph grew up, but it is like the only lead we have. So 1021 4th Street West. Rhinebeck, Iowa. Oh, well, let's try just that. Morrison. Okay, that's not helpful. Well, I'm going to write that down because that's somewhere we could look. Maybe it's gone now. I don't know. I think I might call it a night. I'm getting tired. Gilbert found insurance maps from Rhinebeck. Is it the Sanborn maps? In the diary today. Yes, she did say they went, but she didn't. I'll look, and I don't think she said the address, but they did go. And okay, so here. R and I went over to Rhinebeck and spent the day. They met us at the depot and went up to the house, had dinner, and went over to call on Mrs. Sloss. We all went to the cemetery, had a good visit, had a supper, went with Esther across the street with milk. So they weren't like too specific. Yeah, the Sanborn map, the only thing is it probably doesn't have names on it. It usually has the street names and everything. Well, I could look at the... I guess I could try to find the street name even on this map. What was it? 4th Street West? Also, did it specifically say Rhinebeck? Because maybe they moved. later on in life they might not be living in the same town. They do? Okay, this might be some last names too, actually. Sometimes they don't. Oh, hey, look! Mrs. Sloss. Oh, hold on. West. Maybe it's an intersection, 4th Street and West. Come on, please. Randall? 3rd Street? 2nd Street? Where's 4th Street? Oh my god. Grundy? There's no 4th Street? Okay, let's go slow. 2nd, 3rd, this must be 4th. No, it's Randall. Where the heck is 4th Street? Maple, Spruce. Well, I'm gonna look. Maybe I can find their name. Okay. DeWolf, Sloss, Bench, Emil, Walters, Hurley, McDoller, Cummings, Dobler, Cresswell.
I'm assuming we'd be looking for Slippy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Which I don't see, but it's funny, Terrell, he mentioned a name Terrell before. It could have been, the street could have been renamed, yes. So maybe I need to look further back. Maybe we can find something earlier than 1911. I'm going to search Rhinebeck. Yes, and I think Sloss, we did see the name Sloss, so that is a clue right here. But I don't see any Slippy near them. Rhinebeck, 1911. That's the earliest, really, in this website map. When was the Sanborn map that you found, Gilbert? What year was that?
I see
So
a
this one?
Sanborn map as well. I'm not sure if it's the same one they're looking at.
This-
Mine is from 1902, though.
Okay, so there's a 1900 one Gilbert has. This one is 1895. Let me look at this one and see if it has names. And then if not, we'll look at the 1900 one. Oh, they actually are labeled. I feel like, are the houses labeled too? Because I see, usually what I see is this. I see the church name, I see bank, grocery, but there's not usually names of people. But I'm going to look at the 1900 one then, if it does have names. That would be cool. Oh, some of them do. Okay. Well, we know we're over here somewhere, right? Because it's, we're looking for West Street. 4th. Okay, I think this might be 4th Street. West Street, maybe they live somewhere right here. I know, I didn't see 4th in the other map. It turned into Albert Street, maybe? Where's the other? 3rd Street. Oh no, that way. Where's West? Oh, I'm like lost. Gotta zoom out. I saw West Street before. The 1900 map only has 3 sheets. Well, I think. Oh, you mean did the other sheets zoom in? Third Street. I think though we've narrowed it down that they live at the intersection of where 4th Street and West Street is, so that's cool. It says only 2. Is this the wrong one? That's 1895. Okay. This one, 1900. Yeah, the little alley is 4th Street, I think, because it was labeled in the other one. Let's see. I can't
What
find
year
it
is
on
your
here.
map again?
This one's 1900.
This is the 1900.
The Tin Shop. I love looking at these. These are so cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. West was close to the green part. Let me go back to the first one. Oh, you're talking about on this map? Okay. So West Street goes up and down. I just can't find Broad Street, Black Hawk, Commercial, Albert, Chestnut College. Oh no, West goes side to side, doesn't it? Park Street. Oh no, here it is. West. Okay, thank you. Yeah, this, you're talking about this alley. I think that's right. But I don't see any Slippies unless they're in the Albert's 5th edition.
Nikki says to the right of Commercial.
Yeah, like that's where they would be.
Yeah, that
Maybe
seems
like
it.
here. Because they're on the corner of 4th. Because it's, what did it say? 1021 4th Street, West, Iowa. 4th Street West. I guess that's why I was thinking corner of 4th and West. I don't know. Okay, well that's definitely progress, but I think I'm going to call it a night. And next week we'll keep going. I'm glad we got to read Myrtle's, or is it Myrtle or Mabel? I get them so confused. Mabel's wedding. So next week, I don't know what's in store for us. But I will be live Thursday of next week, same time, same place. It's lunchtime for you, Deb. Enjoy your lunch. I'm going to go have dinner.
She's in the future.
I know. Tell me how lunch is for me tomorrow. All right, guys. Well, it was good to see everybody. It was nice having new people and the regular crowd, too. The Diary Detectives, I'm going to see you next Monday. Next Monday is our next meeting, the 18th. So I'll send like an RSVP in the Patreon. See you guys then. All right, bye. Thanks for coming in, Corinne. That was fun. All right. Yes, the Discord is my Patreon group. I do have a free Discord too where I send announcements, but when I'm talking about the Patreon Discord, that's what I mean. We have like a special Patreon for people who subscribe. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.